Hey, gang. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Well, what could the Tuesday poll question be other than what it is? Which is more politically damaging to Donald Trump? His denial of any involvement with the Epstein birthday greeting, the denial, or the greeting itself? The answer is it's the denial. It is the denial. Having seen it, and I knew we would always see it, and now we are. He says it's fake, but we've seen this. If he had just owned it at the outset, I don't think it would be as problematic as it is and now will continue to be. More on that in just a moment. Thank you to my friends at Parks Casino. By the way, November 5th at Parks Casino in the Philly Burbs, more stories and dinner and cigars with Smerconish. I told you yesterday, it's a big number, but it's worth it. I'm only going to do this one time. Well, at least today. Grilled crostini, wild mushrooms, burrata mozzarella over roasted tomatoes, basil, down east, the unfiltered draft cider, then an Avo classic number 2, right? In other words, it's a first course, it's a drink, and it's a cigar. And then sweet chili garlic sea bass, sweet onion puree, cipollini onion, micro cilantro, and then a Saint Superi Sauvignon Blanc. Love that. What are we pairing it with? A California Oliva 5 Meliano, and then filet mignon for the third course. And there's more wine, and then there's a double Corona, and then there's toffee pudding, and then there's another cigar. You get it? So it's a 4-course meal paired with a drink and with a cigar. All the details are in my social media. I will not repeat any of the stories, I think, from last time, but it is November 5 at Parks Casino. In thinking of the calendar, can I also mention that next Wednesday, which is the 17th at 8 p.m., an online mingle for YouTube subscribers. I hope you'll be there. And if you're looking for something to do this fall, how about Parks Casino in Shippensburg, located right in central Pennsylvania, off exit 29, that's off Route 81, 45 minutes from the state capital, Harrisburg. Parks Casino, close to Hagerstown, close to Martinsburg, close to Chambersburg, Carlisle, Greencastle. Every comedy night, every Friday night is comedy night. This Friday, September 12th, they've got a crowd favorite, Raymond the Amish Comic. Special guest, lawyer by day, comedian by night, Karen Kunick. Yesterday, Monday, they were celebrating, as they always do, military veterans. Show your ID, get a free lunch. And then Tuesday, it's the Parks Casino 50% golden discount. Always something going on at Parks Casino in Shippensburg. Go to Parks Casino, PARXcasino.com. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Before I get to the Tuesday poll question, let me just say a word about yesterday. Yesterday's poll question dealt with a story that I'm holding in my hands now, 4 or 5 days ago, from the New York Times. Headline, how a top secret SEAL Team 6 mission into North Korea fell apart. And Dave Phillips, who shared the byline with Matthew Cole, was a guest yesterday on the program. I loved that conversation because it was all about a heretofore secret SEAL Team 6 mission into North Korea in 2019. So the latter days of Trump 1.0, President Trump is in ongoing conversations with Kim Jong-un about his nuclear capability. They have a lack of intelligence, they meaning the US government, and a decision is made that if they could install, for lack of a better description, an eavesdropping or listening outpost in North Korea, then they could tap into what Kim is saying about the upcoming negotiations with Trump. And so the idea is that surreptitiously, this enormous nuclear sub, why nuclear? Because of stealth, not because of its capability, is going to go into North Korean waters, close to shore, 2 football fields long, and then 2 mini subs are going to be dispatched and go ashore in freezing, winter weather to plant whatever the device might be. A boat happens upon the mission. They don't know what it is. They shoot it up. They kill 2 or 3, turns out fishermen, not believed to be military from North Korea, and the mission's aborted. And there's much more to it. And now the New York Times writes about it. And I asked, as amazing a story as it is, should the Times have revealed that secret mission? And when my guest Dave Phillips was on air yesterday, I made the observation that when there were about 250 votes having been cast, it was 50-49, nip and tuck. Well, when all was said and done, 32,087 voted not so close. Should the New York Times have revealed a secret 2019 Navy SEAL operation in North Korea? 58.43% said no. They should not have revealed it. By the way, as explained by my guest, he said it was a close call at the New York Times and that they were persuaded by the idea that accountability demanded that they publish this story. I shared that with the audience yesterday. Obviously, it didn't carry the day with those who voted. Okay, the Tuesday poll question, let's get to it. Which is more politically damaging to Donald Trump, his denial of any involvement with the Epstein birthday greeting or the greeting itself? And now the Wall Street Journal yesterday published the greeting. Well, I shouldn't say they published the greeting, because what actually happened is the Epstein estate produced it to Congress, and now the Journal, they were first, because I guess when they knew it was coming, they decided to publish it, but now it's everywhere. And I'm holding it in my hands for the benefit of those who are YouTube subscribers. By the way, I would encourage all of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We pretty much knew what it contained, but not the literal appearance. And like, there it is. It's a greeting, a third person, what would I say, colloquy? I'll read it to you. Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey. Nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Signed by Donald Trump, and typed out in a way that then someone, probably using my device of choice, a Sharpie, has drawn what appears to be a woman's body outline, underlined two portions of the text to reflect breasts, and then Trump's signature, if it is his signature, Donald, not, the formal Donald Trump, but in a position that would be, how do I say this, lined up with a female body part. And we'd heard the description from the Wall Street Journal before that the signature was akin to pubic hair. I'm not so sure that I see that, but anyway, it is what it is. And the minute that I finally saw it, I said what I said when initially, back in the summer, the Wall Street Journal had published their initial account. Without having seen it, I said, what if he owned it? Owned it insofar as, what would that look like? It would look something like, when questioned about it in July, I have no recollection of what you're talking about. But to the extent something exists that you're describing, when did you say it was? 2003. Oh, well, for starters, I wasn't married in 2003. Jeffrey Epstein was an acquaintance. I'm just role playing here. I'm just role playing. Don't go cutting me out of context. I'm like, oh, Michael's defending Trump. Michael is explaining how perhaps this could have gone a different way. I wasn't married then. Jeffrey Epstein, he was an acquaintance of mine. We spent some time together. And by the way, when I figured out what this guy was all about, like, I ghosted him. That was it. I knew he liked women, but I did not know that he was involved with girls. I did not know that he was engaged with the type of behavior that later came to light. And when I saw an inkling of that, I made sure that he was no longer in my circle. I threw his ass out of Mar-a-Lago. Something like that. Huh? Birthday book? No, I don't remember a birthday book, but I can tell you this, and it remains true through this day. I am besieged with requests for birthday greetings, anniversary greetings, bat and bar mitzvah greetings. I mean, you name it. When I was involved with Celebrity Apprentice, I needed somebody whose sole job it was just to respond to requests that people had for me to send a note or send a greeting of some kind. So no, I don't remember what you're talking about. It's entirely possible. But I'll tell you one other thing, would say President Trump. I'll tell you one other thing about this. Um, the requests that I received were so voluminous that I know many of them were satisfied without any involvement by me. So, unlike Biden, I didn't have an auto pen. But yeah, there were people on my staff who I'm sure signed my name. So I don't know what else to tell you about some birthday greeting that I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I just don't remember it. All right. Thank you. Actually, what does he love saying in his social media postings? Thank you for your attention to this matter. But instead, it's just a flat out denial. It's fake. It's bogus. And he filed a lawsuit. He filed a lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch and the Wall Street Journal. And the minute that happened, I said, he better have truth on his side, because he will now avail himself to a sworn deposition. And there's no delay in civil litigation for a president of the United States. This is not a criminal case. So he's really opened himself up in this regard. And I don't get it. I kind of do get it, because it served him well to just deny, and go Roy Cohn on everybody. But in this instance, I think it's going to catch up with him. And I'll tell you something else. Because beyond this diagram attributed to President Trump, he denies it. He says it's fake. Caroline Leavitt says it's fake. The whole White House is putting on a uniform face of saying that it's fake. But I have a different observation. My observation is, spend some time beyond the Trump diagram, the Trump, made up conversation with Epstein, and look at the other elements of the book. The Wall Street Journal has published a number of them. The Daily Mail has published a number of them. For the benefit of those who are watching me on YouTube, in color. Here is a cartoon. We don't know. This was contained in the materials. This was contained, that which I'm holding up in front of my laptop right now, contained in the materials of this birthday book. And for the benefit of everybody else, what it depicts is, it's a color sketch that is on one side, Jeffrey Epstein handing balloons to young girls, dated 1983. And then on the other side, it's Jeffrey Epstein being massaged in 2003 by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 girls. There were 3 getting the balloons. And then in the background, there's an airplane. I guess this is the airplane that's taking, he and his friends to Lolita Island. Is that what they called it? I don't know. But the point is, when I look at this and when I look at the Trump sketch and, talking about enigma and secrets, and a pal is a good thing to have. And then I look at Bill Clinton's letter in his birthday greeting, presumably to Jeffrey Epstein, speaking of childlike curiosity. And it's not just these 3 examples. It's like, take a look at what has been published of the other elements, and it becomes, I think, clear that everybody around him knew of his peccadillos. That's too gentle a word, because we're talking about statutory rape here. I guess they might all say, well, we knew he liked them young. Isn't that what Trump once said? Everybody in that book, it seems, is acknowledging his sexual appetite. I don't know that I can say for girls, but I can certainly say for young women. So it doesn't seem like any of this was really a secret to the people who were in his orbit. That's what I think. The poll question, which is more politically damaging to Donald Trump, his denial of any involvement with the Epstein birthday greeting or the greeting itself. I think it's the denial. Politically speaking, not defending, just analyzing, thinking this through. There was a different way for Trump to have gone here. And I cannot wait to discuss this on radio today and share that and much more of my thinking about it, and to entertain telephone calls and see what other people believe. So that is the story. I made sure that the newsletter today has as its lead image the content of the birthday book as it pertains to Trump. Again, I've made very clear he continues to deny. This is fake news. That's not his signature. But the Wall Street Journal has actually 3 different stories about this today. 3 different stories, and one of them is a trial lawyer-like analysis, really delving into the signature by Trump, the use of the Sharpie by Trump, the language, including the word enigma. I remember thinking the word, when the story broke, like enigma, that doesn't seem like the sort of thing that rolls off President Trump's tongue. Actually, it does. He has used that word in the past to refer to, among others, Mike Tyson and Don King. So anyway, go vote. Go vote, go vote, go vote. Which is more politically damaging to Donald Trump, his denial of any involvement with the Epstein birthday greeting, or the greeting itself? It's the former, not the latter. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that then you can be here. It'll actually be next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I'm billing this as our September mingle. Costs nothing. Just subscribe to the channel so that you can be present for it. I've got things that I want to say purely along the mingle theme line, and you know what I'm referring to. Okay, have a great day. See you on radio, everybody.